What's up, guys? It's me, Amy, back with another chat. Today I wanted to kind of talk about a little recap of the concert. And not so much like what we did and how it went, maybe I'll add that into, but I want to talk to you about how I felt when I was at the Christian concert. Mind you, I mentioned to you guys this was my first ever Christian concert that I've been to. Well, I went to that one when I was 10, but nobody remembers that. So I'd like to think this is my first real one. It's called Glow Fest. It was here in the Bay Area. There was multiple artists performing. I think there was somewhere near 8-10 people performing. So it was pretty cool. Yeah, like I said, all faith-based music. A lot of Bay Area artists. Like Miles Minnick was there, Lecrae was there, Sam Riviere was there. Shoot, I can't remember the other names, but those were like the main headliners that were there. So it was cool to go there and experience that. It was held at a church over in like the Hayward area, like one of those mega churches, which was kind of cool because I've never been to a mega church before. One thing I did like about the concert, I will say, it was nice that it wasn't like a regular secular concert. I swear, every time I leave a secular concert, my hair smells like marijuana, my clothes smell like marijuana. So it's kind of nice to not leave smelling like that. Like, I hate that. Like, whenever you get home from a concert, you can smell the night on you, essentially. Like, it's just like, oh, you know what I mean? So I really like that. And there was no alcohol there, obviously. So there wasn't like sticky, dirty floors because we were in the church. So people were being really respectful, and you couldn't bring any food or drink into the actual church itself. You could like have it outside or like in the little lobby area, but you couldn't actually have it in the seating area. So that was nice because it was really clean. People were pretty respectful for the most part. There was one guy who was like dancing really close to us, and he was like, you know, going hard and like swinging his arms everywhere, and I swear he was gonna like bump into someone or hit somebody, and it was like really irritating because I don't know, like, chill. Like, if you're gonna dance like that, please go where there's not a lot of people. I don't know, there's all like older people there and younger kids, and you know, I just don't want anyone to get hurt, and a lot of women too. So it's like, thankfully no one got hurt. But anyways, and yeah, like I said, people were like saying excuse me and polite, not like shoving you around like a regular concert. So I thought that was cool. I really like that aspect of it. I really like the respectfulness. I really like the cleanliness. Now, I told you guys that I was really wanting to have a White Claw before I went into the concert. And I'm not gonna lie, I'll always keep it real on here. I ended up having one. I ended up drinking one before I went in. Like, the line was really long before we went to go stand in the line. I ended up drinking a White Claw. And you know, I prayed to God, I asked God about it. But you know what? At the end of the day, like, I got there, I wasn't feeling any conviction not to do it. You know, I was like, I'm gonna have it. Let's see what happens. It's one White Claw, okay? If you don't know, it's only 5% alcohol. So I ended up having that, and I felt it a teeny tiny bit because I haven't been drinking lately. I felt it a little, but I really didn't feel it at all. And it really didn't do anything for me. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't make it better, it didn't make it worse, it didn't, literally was pointless, and I could have saved the calories by not having it, but I wanted to have it. And you know what, it's summertime, it was a nice cool beverage, I wanted to enjoy it, I wanted to, you know, I guess just have it. And yeah, didn't change anything, didn't matter. So yeah, next time would I have it? No. You know, when you get to a function and like say you're the only one drinking or whatever, that's not fun. It's not fun to be the only one who's on one, you know what I mean, when no one else is. It's like, why do I even need this when all these people around me are not having anything? I'm not saying that people weren't having anything, because you don't know. I mean, they could have drank it in the car before they came out like I did, or they could always be on a gummy or something along those lines. So it was nice to see people who I'm assuming are mostly sober just enjoying themselves and having a good time. Now let's chat about it. So I was with my friend, and she was totally awesome. We're both at the same kind of energy level being there, which is really nice to have someone with you like that. So it's not like you're feeling bad because you're not super energetic, or they're also not like a downer where they're not doing anything. You know what I mean? Like, we were really at the same energy level. So I thought that was a cool vibe. It was so weird though, because we were briefing afterwards, like debriefing, whatever you want to call it, after the concert on the drive to go get something to eat. And I was telling her, I was like, man, I felt weird halfway through the concert. Like, all of a sudden, like, all the energy was out of me, all the excitement was out of me. I was no longer interested in the concert. It's hard when you go to a concert though and you don't know like a lot of the music. So that was probably part of it for me. But I got this weird conviction, I guess you want to call it. But it was like a conviction like, I shouldn't be here. I don't belong here. I got a conviction like that. And I also got one where it was like, wow, this is so secular. which is really weird. It was during when like someone called, like this group called the West Indies was playing, and it's like something in my mind or my heart or something was just telling me like, this is really secular. It's like, man, you could have just went to a regular concert if you wanted this, which was insane, because I was like, okay, well, I'm literally at a Christian concert in a church. Like, I thought I was going to be moved. I thought I was going to feel the Holy Spirit. I thought I was going to just feel the presence of him and feel good being just around it. Like, I thought I was going to feel something like from God being there, not a word, not anything, but just that good feeling that you get from the Holy Spirit. I was not feeling that. So I'm telling my friend in the car that, and it's crazy. She said, are you kidding me? She's like, I felt the same way. Well, actually, at first I had told her, that I felt like, I don't know, I said one or the other. Either I felt really secular or I felt like I didn't belong there. I said one or the other thing. And it was so funny because she actually had, like, I only said one of them. And then when she was telling me how she felt, she said the same thing too. Like the other thing, like say I was like, man, it felt really secular in there. And she's like, I know it felt secular and I feel like I didn't belong there. I think that's how the conversation went. I was like, did you just read my mind? Did we literally have the same conviction? Like, what's going on here? It was just so crazy how we both felt the same way. And I was like, this does not feel like we're worshiping God. You know what I mean? This is like, yeah, these songs are about him and talk about them and people's experience with him. But for some reason, I didn't feel close to God in that moment. And God was just giving me discernment, heavy. Maybe it's discernment, not conviction. That was the word I was looking for. But it was just hitting me heavy. Like, man, like, why even come here? You could have literally went to a secular concert if you want the same feeling. I was so crazy to me. I was like, okay. So the next day I'm in church and we're doing our worship. And when I was there worshiping in church the next day, I was like, okay, this is what the concert should have felt like. That's the thought that popped into my mind. That's the sermon that popped into my mind. I was like, this is how I thought that I was going to feel going to a Christian concert. I thought I was going to feel locked in, closer to God, just worshiping him through music, through hip hop music, which is you can totally do that. It doesn't have to just always be like, holy, like a slow song. You can worship him through any type of music, as long as it honors him. And I was just so confused at how different it was than what I thought it was going to be. So the fact that we were both having discernment about it, feeling very secular, about us not belonging there, I feel like there was something else that we both agreed upon too, which is crazy. And I wish I could recall what it was, but I honestly can't remember. And this is like the main things. Something's off. Something's off if God's giving us both discernment. But I did love being there in a group of people who love God. Yeah, a lot of young people too. Well, okay, here's how I say it. There was a lot of like young, like teenagers and under. There was a lot of people like 20s and 30s, and then like 40s. There was even like older, like 60-year-olds. I thought that was great. It's beautiful to see all these different people coming together for the same factor that we love God. And I loved how like the older people were there listening to like the Bay Area hip hop. Like I was like I thought that was so cool. Like there's like, we going dumb. Like there's songs like that. And I love seeing just everyone coming together in one place. So I think that's great. And everyone's style was really cool. It was very much like Bay Area streetwear, which I thought that it was going to be. A lot of people were wearing the jerseys. I showed you guys I had a jersey on. Like the jerseys were really popular, and all sorts of different like God, Jesus, scriptures, like a lot of like just God merch. Like I loved it. Like I thought that was really great to see. Like people were really styling those outfits so well, but modestly and tasteful, and projecting like our Father on it. Like I thought that was really cool. We did meet someone really cool in the line. She was awesome. She let us use our tripod. Let us use her tripod to record our outfit of the day video. So I thought that was really cool. And I thought it was so cool how God spoke to her and was telling her like he wanted her to be out there and filming content and talking to people about their wardrobes and things like that. It was something along those lines. And I thought that was a really cool thing, like a really cool mission, if you want to call it, that God put on their heart. So I don't know, it was a cool vibe, but something was off. Sorry if you hear the garbage truck in the background, but something was a little off. Would I go to a Christian concert again? Of course I would. I love going to concerts, but I want to go to one maybe where I know more of the words, I guess. Maybe I would be more interested in it then. Like I said, this one was kind of last minute, so I didn't really have time to learn all the songs beforehand. I knew like a couple, which was cool, but at the very end, man, they played the same song over 4 times in a row. They played it, and I was really upset because E40 did not show up. Miles Minnick has a song called The Method with E40. It's really good, and I was hoping that E40 was going to make a special guest appearance just for that song. Oh man, that would have made my night, but he did not, and that's okay though, because you can't win them all. But yeah, I would definitely go to a Christian concert again. I'm definitely not going to let it get me down. And I learned some new Christian songs that I can add to my playlist that I did really like. So that's definitely a great thing. It was a cool experience. I'm glad I got time to hang out with my new friend. Me and her had a blast together. We went and got food at this awesome place. It's called Hyphy Burger. If you know, you know. And that was over in Oakland. So we went to that afterwards. And I had been wanting to try that for so long. And I never go out to the East Bay. So it was just nice to have someone to go and do it with and have someone to debrief about the concert afterwards. You guys, like, if you know me, you know I do most of my things solo. So it's really cool to just enjoy it with someone else and see someone else's perspective. I'm always curious to see someone else's perspective when it comes to, like, you know, God, church, things like that. Like with a couple times I've gone to church with a friend, like I love listening, like, to how they interpreted the sermon afterwards and what stood out to them, because that's a great way to, like, think about things or talk about things because you might have missed something. So yeah, that's how the concert went. I don't know, it was a weird experience, a weird feeling, but I'm glad I went and I got to check it out, and I'm just glad I got out of the house. I was a little bummed at the food choices. There was only one option for food there at the church. It was tacos, and they only had 3 things on the menu. Like, so you could get a taco with whatever meat, a burrito with whatever meat, or you could have a hot dog, which is cool for the kids. But I don't even eat meat, so I'm like, what about the other vegan, pescatarian, vegetarian people? Like, what are they supposed to eat? There was a drink stand and it served a lemonade, so those were the only food that was there. Thankfully, we were close by to other things, so we ended up going over to McDonald's, and I just had some fries, so that was a good vibe. Like, I'm glad, like, Wendy's was over there. There's a bunch of different little places over there to grab food. But yeah, so that was it. It was cool. Was it worth $45? Hard to say. There was a lot of people performing. Was it worth $45? I think 38 maybe would be a better price. I don't know, maybe 35. Yeah, so anyways, I just want to let you guys know that, and I want to remind you guys to always trust your discernment. Like, if you feel something, if God's putting something on your heart, no, you're not just making it up in your head, you know, as long as it's following His will, His scripture, His word, whatever you want to call it, and it's not a negative, bad thing, you know, like people hate me or something like that. You know it's from God. And I know He was speaking to my friend and me when we were there at the concert, and yeah, I'm glad for the opportunity. But like I said, something was just a little bit off there. Anyways, I am gonna let you guys go. I just did all my laundry. You could see it hanging back there still. Don't mind that. I have just been full of energy. I'm on B12. I was deficient in it. My doctor put me on a daily supplement, and now I literally feel like I am on one. Like, I don't drink caffeine, haven't in like 12 years, but I feel like I've had like a Red Bull or something like that. Like, I'm zooming around, getting everything done around the house, which has been amazing because now I no longer feel lethargic and stuck on the couch for hours a day. But the other downside to that is I don't really have anything to do with my time. Like, I'm literally doing all the little things around the house, but it's like I don't have anything else. And I'm like, well, I just want to sit down and relax because I don't have anything else to do. But my body's like, no, we can't relax. So yeah, if you are feeling lethargic and low on energy or have an autoimmune disorder, maybe check your B12 and iron levels and see if you need to start taking those supplements. Okay, I'm gonna go. Love you. Bye.